Oh, I'm back. I'm back again. Gonna continue on with the planets and the houses, and I'm gonna point to the house. I'm gonna tell you a couple things about it, and then I'm gonna let you guys read the literature from the book I wrote. Which again, like every video, pop it up right there. I'll put a link to it in the comments if you want to help me out and go to Amazon.com and get a copy of it. I'm just gonna let you read what I published in there right here on YouTube. And so if you've seen videos 1 and 2 for this little series, then you know how number 3 works. So here you go. That right there, that's your 7th house. That's the planet Neptune. I would read Neptune in the 7th house, and it would pertain to me. So here you go. I'll enlarge this, and you guys can go ahead and just read away. Oh, I will start off. I should say again, not again, but your 7th house is ruled by Libra, the sign of Venus. I really don't do a great job of describing the 7th house in this instance, and there are other places you can go to get more information. But this does a little bit of a job telling you what it's about. You'll notice, like Mercury, Venus also rules 2 signs. Taurus is ruled by Venus in the 2nd house, and Libra is ruled by Venus in the 7th house as well. So Mars will be the same way. Jupiter's got a couple powerful houses, and I'll explain more. I'll explain more as we go on. Oh, hey, I'll go up. Saturn is another planet that'll do good in here. Saturn's exalting sign is Libra. So if there are any planets in this house that are in close aspect to him, they'll be rather influential throughout the rest of the natal chart. I really can't stress this point enough, but nothing stays all by itself. Meaning, aspects from other planets, house placement, the sign it's in will always alter the energy somehow, and it's extremely difficult to pinpoint one exact example and say, okay, this is it, and this is always it. as I read back on my description of the seventh house, I did a really bad job at that. So I'm gonna have to go back and fix that for sure and do something, come up with something better than what I did for that. And we're winding up here in the seventh house. As I'm sure you can count, the next one will be 8. And I'll just go ahead and shrink it. 8th house right there. It is ruled by Scorpio. That's the sign. That's in charge. And the ruling planets are Mars and Pluto. So this is one of the emotional and subconscious houses. So people who have planets in these areas. This is the 4th, the 8th, and the 12th. Those are the houses I'm talking about. And you get some wild dreams and emotional issues, and those are emotion houses. So those are it's really important to pay attention to planets that are in those ones. So I'm gonna expand this and up into the 8th house. I did a better job on this one than I did on the 7th house. I hope I'm not going too fast in my scrolling. I've read through these things so many times that I just kind of scan. Don't forget, you can just push pause if I'm going too fast. Oh, hey, I see you. Again, those green underlines, those are my grammar mistakes. Don't necessarily pay attention to those. Part of the reason that you have two planets ruling the same sign and house is because for thousands of years we practiced astrology without the knowledge of Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. So as we discovered those planets and integrated them into astrology, you have the 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 modern ruler, and I can't remember the name of what the original ruler was, but it applies to the sign of Scorpio and Aries and with Mars and Pluto. So here, let me get that up like that. So Mars and Pluto rule both Aries and Scorpio, and their corresponding 1st and 8th houses. you got a lot of planets positioned in this eighth house, and they got a bunch of bad aspects to it, it's what makes me think you're a stripper or a porn star, or you have some sort of sexual deviancy. Uranus in the eighth house can be actually be quite literal on that one. If you got Uranus in this part of your chart, you might like weird things in your anus, and I'm not talking like just a little finger up the butt. I mean like a gerbil or something like that. So things can get weird when it comes. Things get real weird and unusual when it comes to Uranus. There's actually a city over on the East Coast called My Anus. And someday I'm going to get a telescope and I'm going to go look at Uranus from my anus because I think that's just awesome. Oh, hey. And as we're gonna finish up here with Pluto in the eighth house, I'll say is it the eighth house is one of Pluto's ruling houses. So if you have any planets closely aligned here to Pluto from this house, then they're going to be really powerful, and it's going to make you kind of obsessive and jealous and possessive because those are the philosophies that come with Pluto. So I'll shrink this down and we can get ready for the ninth house. A final house for this video section. Ninth house is right there. The end of it marks your midheaven. This is an educational and philosophical house that's ruled by the planet Jupiter and the sign Sagittarius. So it's pretty lucky house. So if you got a lot of planets here, you could be quite the gambler, but you could be quite successful at it as well. So we'll go ahead and expand this and let you guys get to start reading. If you have planets like Mars and Saturn and Jupiter in this area of your chart, it leads me to think that you'll have some sort of athletic career, maybe college athlete level, or some sort of job in the medical field industry relating to sports, like a sports trainer or even the basic water boy or something like that. I always thought it'd be cool to be an NFL water boy or the mascot. Throw the Mariner Moose on me. Let me go run around the field. I'm from Pacific Northwest Washington, so I have a special affinity towards the Seattle Mariners. Again, this Jupiter interpretation is going to be really powerful. If you have if you have any planets in this house close to Jupiter, in aspect with Jupiter, or if Jupiter's in this house, then that will expand the orb for aspect he is making to the other planets. This is a part of your chart that somewhat involves how you interact with the public. So, so planets positioned here can give you an idea of how you socialize as well, and that's kind of has to do with your ninth, 10th, and 11th houses. Oh shoot! I see something I'm gonna fix. There. Sometimes I wonder what writers did before spell check and computers. Like, how did dudes like Edgar Allan Poe or Henry David Thoreau? That's a poem right there, man. That's that. Somebody take that and go with it. So how did dudes like that? How did dudes who wrote the Constitution and Declaration of Independence? What happened when they made a mistake? All right, we're gonna end the 10th house, in the ninth house. So once again, I'm gonna throw up, copy my book. Go ahead and get it. Do me a favor. I'm independently published, so I make really good royalties. So help a brother out, man. Hope you liked the video. Bye.